Three tiny words, just 4 or 5 letters each, and somehow they make even confident English learners freeze mid-sentence.
Be, been, being. They look almost identical, they sound almost identical, and yet your brain has to pick the right one instantly while you're speaking.
If you've ever paused mid-sentence thinking, wait, is it be or been or being, and then just stopped talking completely, this episode is for you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English Flow podcast. I'm so happy you're here with us today.
Hey there, and today we're finally clearing up one of the most confusing little patterns in English without any heavy grammar rules.
By the end of this episode, you won't need to remember grammar terms. You'll just feel which word fits, naturally.
So here's a question for you. Which of these three words scares you the most? Be, been, or being? Tell us in the comments.
We really want to know because almost every learner has one word from this group that trips them up more than the others.
And if this episode helps you, please like this video and subscribe to English Flow Podcast so you don't miss what comes next.
I remember when I first learned these three words, I genuinely thought I'd never sort them out naturally. They felt like tiny traps hiding in every sentence.
That's such a common feeling. And honestly, the confusion doesn't really come from grammar books. It comes from fear. Fear of sounding wrong out loud.
So today, let's slow everything down and understand them like real humans having a conversation, not like students memorizing rules.
All right, let's start with the simplest one, the word be. Think of be as a starting point, a base word. We use it when we're talking about something general or something that isn't fixed in time yet.
Here's an easy example. I want to be confident in English. Notice I'm not saying I am confident, and I'm not saying I was confident.
You're talking about a wish, a goal, something you want for your life. Be connects who you are now to who you want to become.
That's why be shows up constantly in dreams and advice. A friend starting a new job might hear, just be confident, you'll do fine.
Here, be isn't about right now or the past, it's about mindset, about intention.
You'll also hear it in polite instructions like, please be on time tomorrow, or try to be patient with yourself.
A teacher says, be quiet, please. A friend says, be careful. A parent says, be kind. These aren't long actions, they're simple, direct ideas.
You'll also hear it constantly at work. A manager might say, be on time, be respectful with clients, be open to learning. No tense confusion at all, just clear guidance.
Notice something important here, too. None of these sentences are about time. They're about choice, about how you should act, right now or generally.
Let's try this together. Finish this sentence in your own mind right now. I want to be blank. Maybe successful, maybe more confident, maybe better at English.
That's be in action, open, flexible, and connected to hopes rather than a specific moment in time.
So, to summarize this section, be is your go-to word for advice, instructions, dreams, and general truths that aren't locked into a specific time.
One more thing worth noticing, be never carries heavy grammar stress with it. It stays simple, direct, and open, which is exactly why it works so well in everyday advice.
Now let's move to the word that usually makes people the most nervous, been. Been is connected to the past, but not just any past. It's about experience, something that happened before and still matters right now.
Here's a simple example. I have been tired today. I'm not just stating a fact about the past, I'm explaining my experience, my feeling leading up to now.
Another very common one, I have been to New York. I'm not saying I'm in New York now, and I'm not saying I will go. I'm saying I experienced it before.
So, been often carries the meaning I was there or I went through that, and the effect of it still connects to the present moment.
Here's something really important. Been never stands alone. It always needs support from have or has. You don't say, I been tired. You say, I have been tired.
Think of been as a word that doesn't like being alone. It's social. It always wants a partner, and that partner is always have or has.
Let's look at duration too. I've been learning English for 2 years. That single sentence carries effort, time, and consistency all at once.
And emotionally, been often quietly answers the question, why? If someone says, I've been stressed lately, they're not just describing time, they're explaining why they feel the way they do right now.
Been also shows up naturally in conversations about life experiences. I've been to that restaurant before, or I've been to Paris twice.
Notice what's missing there, an exact date. And that's fine, because with been, the experience itself matters more than the exact moment it happened.
Here's a quick practice activity. Try saying this sentence out loud. I have been practicing English and I'm getting better. Notice how natural it feels.
First tip, always pair been with have or has. Second tip, use it for experience or ongoing effort. Third tip, don't overthink it, just say it and keep going.
We'd love for you to write your own I have been sentence in the comments below.
So to review, been connects past experience to the present moment, and it always needs have or has standing right beside it.
There's also something emotional hiding in been sentences. They often quietly explain a feeling, not just report a fact.
If someone says, I've been stressed lately, they're not just describing time, they're explaining why they feel the way they do right now.
Now, let's move to the third part of today's journey, the word being, which is probably the most emotional of the three.
This connects directly to what we've learned, because being talks about behavior happening right now, often temporary, unlike a fixed personality trait.
Here's a real example. Imagine a friend who's usually cheerful, but today they're unusually quiet. You might say, "You're being very quiet today. Is everything okay?"
That sentence doesn't judge the person forever. It only talks about this specific moment, which is exactly why being feels emotional. It notices change.
Let's compare two similar sentences. He is quiet sounds like a personality trait, something permanent about who he is.
But he is being quiet sounds temporary, like something happening specifically today, different from his usual self.
That small grammar shift creates a big meaning change. You are kind describes your character. You are being kind today describes this one moment.
This matters a lot in relationships, too. Why are you so quiet can sound like a general complaint. Why are you being so quiet today sounds softer, more curious.
Being softens the sentence. It leaves space for change instead of permanently labeling someone.
You'll hear this pattern everywhere in relationships. You're being rude. You're being kind. You're being too hard on yourself.
Notice how emotional these sentences feel. None of them label the person forever. They're all talking about one specific moment, not their whole character.
This is exactly why grammar isn't just about rules here. It's about emotion, tone, and how connected you feel to the person you're speaking with.
We also use being for situations happening around us, like it's being difficult to focus today, describing today specifically, not always. Here's a quick practice activity. Think of one thing that's different about you today compared to usual and describe it using being.
First tip, use being for temporary behavior, not fixed personality. Second tip, notice how it softens criticism. Third tip, pair it with is, am, or are.
We'd love for you to write your own being sentence in the comments below, describing something different about your day today.
This is honestly one of the most useful words for relationships and everyday conversation because it lets you notice change without sounding harsh or permanent.
So to review this section, being describes temporary behavior happening now, and it gently signals change instead of permanent judgment.
Now let's put all three words together in one quick story. Someone learning English says, I want to be fluent. That's be, a goal.
Then they say, I've been practicing every day. That's been, effort over time. And finally, I'm being more confident when I speak now. That's being, change happening in the moment.
Same person, same journey, three completely different meanings. And once you feel that difference, they stop feeling scary.
Now, let's talk about the mistakes most learners make with these three words so you can avoid falling into the same traps.
We've heard all of these before, so don't worry. This is completely normal and very common.
Mistake number 1, saying I am been tired. Incorrect structure, mixing am directly with been. Correct structure, I have been tired, since been always needs have or has.
Mistake number 2, saying I am be careful. Incorrect structure, adding am before be in an instruction. Correct structure, simply be careful. No extra helping verb needed.
Mistake number 3, treating being sentences as permanent judgments instead of temporary observations.
If you say, you are being rude, it describes right now, not forever. Saying, you are rude, instead accidentally makes it sound like a permanent character trait.
That difference can genuinely change how a conversation feels, especially with people you care about. Softer words often lead to softer, kinder conversations.
Mistake number 4, avoiding being altogether because it feels unfamiliar or intimidating. It's okay to simply say, I'm being honest, or I'm being serious. English is forgiving as long as your intention is clear.
Native speakers use being constantly without thinking twice about it. It's not an advanced, scary word, it's simply an everyday one.
Mistake number 5, freezing completely when unsure which word to use, instead of just continuing the sentence.
We really want you to know a small grammar mistake is far less damaging than staying silent. Flow matters more than perfection, always.
Here's one more. Mistake number 6, trying to memorize grammar rules instead of simply feeling which word matches the situation.
These words respond to feeling more than formulas. A goal feels like be. A story feels like been. A moment happening now feels like being.
So remember these 6 points. Pair been with have or has. Don't add extra helping verbs before be in instructions. Use being for temporary behavior. Don't avoid being out of fear. Keep speaking even after a small mistake, and trust the feeling more than the rule.
Now let's move into some interactive practice together.
This activity is called Choose the Correct Sentence. We'll give you 2 options, and you decide which one is correct. Situation 1. A. I am been tired today. B. I have been tired today. Which one is correct?
If you said be, you're exactly right. Been always needs have or has standing next to it.
Situation 2. A. I am be careful at work. B. I am careful at work, or simply be careful at work. The correct answer is B.
Situation 3. You're being very quiet today. B. You are be quiet today. The correct answer is A.
Situation 4. I want to being confident. B. I want to be confident. The correct answer is B.
Situation 5. I've been to Paris. B. I am been to Paris. The correct answer is A.
Situation 6. He is being rude, meaning right now. B. He is rude, meaning always. Which one describes just today?
If you said A, you're exactly right. Being signals something temporary, not a permanent trait.
Great job if you got those right. And if you didn't, that's completely fine too. This is exactly how the habit gets built.
Here's your challenge. Try building your own 3-sentence story using be, been, and being, just like we did earlier.
Maybe it's about your English journey, or maybe it's about something completely different in your life. Say it out loud, even if it's not perfect.
And if you make a small mistake while trying, that's genuinely okay. Making mistakes isn't shameful. Staying silent is actually worse, because language exists for connection.
Exactly. You're already doing something brave just by trying to speak, and that matters far more than getting every word perfectly right.
Wow, what an episode! Let's quickly review everything we covered today.
We learned that be connects to dreams, advice, and general ideas that aren't tied to a specific time.
We also learned that been connects past experience to the present moment and always needs have or has standing next to it.
And we covered being, which describes temporary behavior happening right now, softer and less permanent than a fixed personality trait.
You should be really proud of yourself for making it through this whole episode. That's genuine progress toward speaking with more confidence.
And remember, even native speakers pause, repeat themselves, and correct their own sentences constantly. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time, not even in their first language.
So when you say a sentence with been or being and make a small mistake, don't stop talking. Just continue. Communication always comes before perfect grammar.
So here's a question to think about. Which of these three words will you try using in a real sentence today?
Maybe it's a small goal using be, or maybe it's describing your mood right now using being.
Whatever it is, please like this video, share it with someone who's learning English, and subscribe to English Flow Podcast so you don't miss our next episode.
English isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Be helps you express who you want to become. Been helps you share your journey.
And being helps you talk about who you are right now, in this exact moment, without any fear attached to it.
You don't need to rush and you don't need to fear mistakes. Just keep speaking, keep listening, and remember, these words will start feeling natural the more you actually use them. Keep speaking, keep listening, and remember, these words will start feeling natural the more you actually use them.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We really appreciate you.
See you next time.